For years, humanity has believed that Mars was a cold, dry, and lifeless world, a dead planet covered in dust and stone, a place where life could never survive. But then, certain images began to confuse scientists. Strange lines appeared across the surface of Mars, long formations that looked almost like canals. Some people believed they were just natural marks on the surface, but others began asking a disturbing question. What if water once flowed there? Or even more strangely, what if Mars was once alive? This was not the first time Mars had fooled humanity. For more than a century ago, astronomers staring through telescopes noticed similar lines crossing the planet's surface. And for a brief moment in history, the world became convinced that Mars might be home to an intelligent civilization. But the truth behind those mysterious structures turned out to be far stranger than anyone expected. Today, we are going to explore one of the greatest mysteries ever connected to the Red Planet, and why Mars continues to confuse humanity even now. Mars has fascinated humans for thousands of years. Ancient civilizations looked at the red glow in the night sky and imagined it as a symbol of war, destruction, and power. Even before telescopes existed, people knew there was something unusual about this planet. But everything changed in the late 19th century. As telescopes became more advanced, astronomers finally began studying Mars in greater detail. And that was when something appeared that would completely change humanity's imagination forever. An Italian astronomer named Giovanni Schiaparelli observed Mars during a close approach to Earth in 1877. While mapping the surface, he noticed strange dark lines stretching across the planet. He described them using the word canali. In Italian, the word simply meant channels. But when the observations spread across the world, many people translated the word differently. They translated it as canals. And that single misunderstanding changed everything. Because canals are not natural. Canals are built. Suddenly, newspapers, scientists, and ordinary people all began imagining the same impossible idea. What if an intelligent civilization existed on Mars? At the time, the idea did not sound completely insane. Scientists already knew Mars had seasons. The polar caps seemed to grow and shrink. Dark areas appeared to change over time. To many observers, Mars looked almost alive. Then came another astronomer who pushed the mystery even further. Percival Lowell became obsessed with Mars. He built an observatory in Arizona specifically to study the planet. Night after night, he stared through telescopes and carefully drew maps filled with enormous canal systems crossing the Martian surface. According to Lowell, these canals were evidence of a dying civilization. He believed Mars was once rich with water, but as the planet slowly dried out, intelligent beings built massive canals to transport water from the polar ice caps to the rest of the world. The idea sounded unbelievable, but people loved it. Books were written about life on Mars. Newspapers published illustrations of giant Martian cities. Writers imagined advanced alien civilizations desperately trying to survive on a dying world. Humanity became obsessed with Mars, and honestly, it is not difficult to understand why. Imagine looking at another planet and seeing what appeared to be enormous structures stretching for thousands of kilometers. Even today, that idea feels mysterious. But there was a problem. not everyone could see the canals. Some astronomers claimed the lines were clear and obvious. Others looked through powerful telescopes and saw absolutely nothing. The mystery became more confusing every year. Then something even stranger happened. The better telescopes became, the less visible the canals appeared. That made no sense. If the canals were real, improved technology should have revealed them more clearly. Instead, they seemed to disappear. Eventually, scientists realized something disturbing. The canals may never have existed at all. The human brain is designed to recognize patterns even when those patterns are not really there. When astronomers looked at blurry details on Mars through early telescopes, their minds may have connected random dark spots into straight lines. In other words, humanity may have accidentally created the canals inside its own imagination. And just like that, one of the greatest mysteries in astronomy began collapsing. But Mars was not finished confusing us. Even after the original canal theory faded away, spacecraft sent to Mars continued discovering strange features all across the planet. Massive valleys, ancient river-like formations, dry channels carved into the surface. Some of them looked shockingly similar to places on Earth where water once flowed. Suddenly, scientists faced a new question. Maybe the canals were not artificial after all, but what if Mars really did have water once? This possibility completely changed how scientists viewed the red planet. Today, Mars looks frozen and dead. Its atmosphere is incredibly thin. Liquid water cannot survive on the surface for long. Dust storms larger than entire countries sweep across the planet. But billions of years ago, Mars may have been very different. Scientists now believe ancient Mars once had rivers, lakes, rainfall, and possibly even oceans. And the evidence is everywhere. Some Martian valleys look exactly like dried riverbeds on Earth. Minerals discovered on the surface can only form in the presence of water. Certain rocks appear rounded and smooth, as if flowing water shaped them long ago. The more scientists explored Mars, the stranger the story became. Because Mars no longer looked like a planet that never supported life. Instead, it began looking like a planet that lost something important. And that idea is terrifying. Imagine an entire world changing from warm and wet to frozen and dead. What happened to Mars? Why did it transform into the barren desert we see today? Scientists believe the answer may lie deep inside the planet itself. Unlike Earth, Mars is much smaller. Over time, its interior cooled down faster. Eventually, the planet lost its magnetic field that once protected it from the sun. Without that protection, solar radiation slowly stripped away the atmosphere. As the atmosphere disappeared, temperatures dropped. Water began evaporating into space or freezing beneath the surface, and little by little, Mars died. But even now, strange discoveries continue appearing. Modern spacecraft orbiting Mars have captured images of dark streaks running down cliffs and crater walls. At first, some scientists wondered if these could be signs of flowing liquid water. Others believed they were caused by dry sand and dust sliding downhill. Again, Mars created another mystery. Again, humanity argued over what it was seeing. And that may be the most fascinating thing about this planet. Mars constantly sits between science and imagination. Every generation sees something mysterious there. The ancient world saw a red star connected to war. Early astronomers saw canals and civilizations. Modern scientists see evidence of lost rivers and ancient oceans. Mars always gives humanity just enough mystery to keep asking questions. And maybe that is why we're so obsessed with it. Because deep down, every strange line, every dried channel, and every mysterious image forces us to confront one massive possibility. If Mars once had water, could it also have had life? Scientists still do not know the answer. No human has ever walked on Mars. No rover has found undeniable proof of alien organisms. But the search continues. NASA rovers continue drilling into ancient rocks. Orbiters continue mapping the surface in extraordinary detail. Every mission brings new clues about the planet's forgotten past. And perhaps the strangest part of this story is that it all began with a misunderstanding. A few blurry observations, a mistranslated word, and lines that may never have existed at all. Yet somehow, those imaginary canals pushed humanity toward one of the biggest scientific questions ever asked. Are we alone in the universe? Mars may not contain giant alien-built canals, but in a strange way, those early mistakes helped humanity look deeper into space than ever before. Because once people believed another world might be alive, they could never stop wondering what else might be waiting out there. And even today, Mars continues whispering the same mystery to humanity. Look closer. Even after scientists realized the famous Martian canals were most likely an illusion, Mars refused to give humanity clear answers. The deeper we explored the planet, the stranger it became. When the first spacecraft finally reached Mars in the 20th century, many people expected to see a world filled with obvious signs of life or civilization. Instead, the early images revealed something cold, empty, and haunting. Vast deserts stretched across the surface. Giant craters scarred the planet. Dust covered nearly everything. At first glance, Mars looked completely dead, but then scientists noticed something unusual. Certain regions of Mars did not look random at all. Some formations looked eerily similar to dry river valleys on Earth. There were winding channels cutting across the landscape, giant canyon systems, and patterns that seemed impossible to ignore. One discovery shocked scientists more than almost anything else. Mars once had floods, not tiny streams, not small puddles. Entire catastrophic floods may have once ripped across the planet's surface billions of years ago. Some channels on Mars are enormous, far larger than rivers found on Earth today. These formations suggest that massive amounts of water once moved violently across the red planet. And suddenly, the old canal mystery no longer sounded completely ridiculous. The idea of intelligent Martians building canals was almost certainly false. But the possibility that ancient Mars once contained flowing water was becoming more real with every mission. Over time, orbiters and rovers began collecting stronger evidence. Scientists discovered minerals that only form in water. Ancient lake beds appeared in satellite images. Some rocks looked smooth and rounded, shaped by flowing liquid over long periods of time. Even more surprising, researchers discovered signs that Mars may have once had an atmosphere much thicker than the one it has today. Long ago, Mars may have not looked like the frozen desert world we know now. It may have been warmer, wetter, possibly even habitable. And that raises a terrifying question. If Mars once had rivers, lakes, rainfall, and oceans, then what happened to it? Scientists believe the answer is connected to the death of the planet itself. Earth survives because of several invisible systems working together. Our atmosphere protects us. Our magnetic field shields us from harmful solar radiation. Our planet remains geologically active. Mars lost many of those protections billions of years ago. As its core cooled, the magnetic field weakened and eventually disappeared. Without that shield, powerful particles from the sun slowly stripped away the atmosphere over millions of years. As the atmosphere became thinner, temperatures dropped dramatically. Liquid water could no longer survive easily on the surface. The rivers vanished, the lakes disappeared, and Mars slowly transformed into the dry world we see today. But even now, the planet still surprises scientists. Modern spacecraft have photographed strange dark streaks appearing on cliffs and crater walls. Some researchers initially believed these streaks might be evidence of flowing salty water during warmer seasons. The idea spread quickly across the internet. People once again started asking the same question humanity has been asking for generations. Could Mars still support life? Later studies suggested many of these streaks were probably caused by dry sand and dust sliding downhill rather than liquid water. But once again, Mars had managed to confuse humanity. That pattern keeps repeating throughout history. Every time we think we finally understand Mars, the planet presents another mystery. And perhaps no discovery has fueled human imagination more than the search for life. Today, scientists are not searching for giant cities or advanced alien civilizations. Instead, they're searching for something far smaller: microbial life, tiny organisms hidden beneath the Martian surface. Because even on Earth, life can survive in places once thought impossible: deep beneath ice, inside rocks, near toxic chemicals, at the bottom of the ocean. If microscopic life can survive in extreme environments on Earth, then perhaps ancient Mars once supported similar organisms too. That possibility is one of the biggest reasons space agencies remain obsessed with the red planet. Rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance are not simply driving across Mars for photographs. They are searching for clues hidden in ancient rocks. Clues that might reveal whether life ever existed beyond Earth. And if that discovery ever happens, it would completely change human history forever. Because for thousands of years, humanity has looked into the night sky and wondered the same thing. Are we alone? Mars may hold the answer. What makes the story even more fascinating is how close imagination and reality became. The old astronomers were wrong about artificial canals. There is no evidence of giant Martian civilizations building waterways across the planet. But strangely enough, they may have sensed something real hidden beneath the illusion. Mars truly was a world shaped by water, just not in the way they imagined. And perhaps that is why the canal story remains so powerful even today. It represents humanity's endless desire to believe that we are not alone in the universe. Even now, future missions to Mars are already being planned. Scientists want to bring Martian rocks back to Earth for detailed study. Engineers are designing habitats that could one day allow humans to survive on the planet. For the first time in history, humanity is seriously discussing the possibility of walking on another world. And the planet chosen for that future is Mars. But Mars is dangerous. Its atmosphere is too thin for humans to breathe. Temperatures can become brutally cold. Radiation levels are extremely high. Massive dust storms can cover the planet for weeks. If humans ever build settlements there, survival will be incredibly difficult. Yet, despite all those dangers, humanity keeps looking towards Mars. Because Mars feels close enough to reach, but mysterious enough to challenge us. It is both familiar and alien at the same time. And maybe that is why the planet has captured human imagination for so long. Even after centuries of observation, Mars still refuses to fully reveal its secrets. Perhaps buried beneath its frozen surface are the remains of ancient rivers. Perhaps deep underground, traces of microbial life still survive. Or perhaps Mars is simply a warning, a reminder that even worlds capable of supporting water and life can eventually become dead planets. That idea may be the most frightening mystery of all. Because when scientists study Mars, they're not only studying another planet. In some ways, they're studying the future of worlds themselves. A planet that once may have looked alive, now silent and empty beneath a red sky. And somehow it all began with strange lines seen through telescopes more than a century ago. Lines that sparked one of the greatest scientific misunderstandings in history. But sometimes even misunderstandings can lead humanity towards the truth. The old astronomers were wrong about artificial canals. There is no evidence of giant Martian civilizations building waterways across the planet. But strangely enough, they may have sensed something real hidden beneath the illusion. Mars truly was a world shaped by water, just not in the way they imagined. And perhaps that is why the canal story remains so powerful even today. It represents humanity's endless desire to believe that we are not alone in the universe. Even now, future missions to Mars are already being planned. Scientists want to bring Martian rocks back to Earth for detailed study. Engineers are designing habitats that could one day allow humans to survive on the planet. For the first time in history, humanity is seriously discussing the possibility of walking on another world. And the planet chosen for that future is Mars. But Mars is dangerous. Its atmosphere is too thin for humans to breathe. Temperatures can become brutally cold. Radiation levels are extremely high. Massive dust storms can cover the planet for weeks. If humans ever build settlements there, survival will be incredibly difficult. Yet, despite all those dangers, humanity keeps looking towards Mars. Because Mars feels close enough to reach, but mysterious enough to challenge us.